As we move on, we will now be hearing from Shri O.P. Singh ji, former IPS officer, who has led 3 top forces of the country as DGP Uttar Pradesh, DG CISF and DG NDRF, playing a key role in police modernization, disaster response and national security. He is a recipient of President's Police Medal for distinguished services and has represented India at global forums like the World Humanitarian Summit. He was instrumental in implementing the police commissionerate system in UP and led rescue efforts during the 2015 Nepal earthquake. He has taken over as the President and CEO of the Indian Police Foundation only yesterday from Shri N. Ramchandran, as was also told to us by Shri D.C. Jain ji, and is also a published author and mentor to civil service aspirants. May I please request Shri O.P. Singh ji to join us on the dais. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. N. Ramachandran, the Vice Chairman, the newly inducted Vice Chairman of Indian Police Foundation. Until yesterday, he was the President and CEO of Indian Police Foundation, from whom I have taken over. My colleague, Mr. D.C. Jain, Chief Operating Officer. We have Mr. Vinay Jain, Chairman, JITO. Mr. Madia, Chief Secretary. We have distinguished people here, all gathered from various sectors, from trade, from industry, from paramilitary forces, from media, and so many of them, since Mr. Jain has already named all these people who are gathered here, I'll be just wasting time to name them again. The distinguished speakers who will be talking about the relevant subjects, relevant topics, and all those who have joined us online from various parts of the country. सबसे पहले तो मैं बहुत दिल से साधुवाद देता हूँ जैन इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, जिन्होंने अपना हाथ बढ़ाया इंडियन पुलिस फाउंडेशन के लिए, और इंडियन पुलिस फाउंडेशन के बारे में मिस्टर जैन बीइंग अ चीफ ऑपरेटिंग ऑफिसर उन्होंने कुछ बताया। आप सभी जानते हैं कि पुलिस की क्या भूमिका समाज में होती है, और मैं उस प्रदेश से आया हूं जहां मैंने वर्स्ट और बेस्ट दोनों देखा है। मैंने देखा है कि किस प्रकार इंडस्ट्री तबाह हुई है, किस प्रकार इंडस्ट्री को एक कंड्यूसिव एनवायरनमेंट नहीं मिला, चाहे वो नोएडा हो, गाज़ियाबाद हो, कानपुर हो, लखनऊ हो, प्रयागराज हो, वाराणसी हो, इन सभी इलाकों में किस प्रकार पुलिस की भूमिका बहुत अच्छी नहीं रही है, जिसकी वजह से इंडस्ट्री जो है वो पनप नहीं पाया, जबकि उत्तर प्रदेश देश का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण राज्य और सबसे बड़ी आबादी वाला राज्य है। और मुझे ये कहते हुए बहुत गर्व होता है कि मैं उस प्रदेश का पुलिस महानिदेशक डीजीपी रहा हूँ, जिसकी जनसंख्या 24-25 करोड़ की है, जो विश्व के कई देशों के बराबर है और उनसे भी ज़्यादा है। इनफैक्ट वी आर 5th लार्जेस्ट स्टेट एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंट्री ऑल्सो इन द होल ग्लोब। जब मैंने डीजीपी के रूप में चार्ज लिया तो मुझे एहसास हुआ कि कितना ज़रूरी है। 2018 में जब हम लोगों ने पहली बार ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर समिट किया, तो इंडस्ट्रीज़ को और इंडस्ट्रीज़ के जितने कैप्टन्स थे उनको ये विश्वास नहीं हो रहा था कि हम लोग इस प्रकार का एक माहौल क्रिएट कर पाएंगे या दे पाएंगे। और एक तरह से सभी के मन में एक सेंस ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी, सेंस ऑफ डिस्ट्रस्ट था, और शासन की भी यही मंशा थी कि किस प्रकार हम इंडस्ट्रीज़ को यहाँ फिर से पुनर्स्थापित कर सकें, उनको एक सेंस ऑफ डायरेक्शन दे सकें। इंडियन पुलिस फाउंडेशन पिछले 10 वर्षों से पूरे देश के विभिन्न भागों में पुलिस की फंक्शनिंग किस प्रकार हम इम्प्रूव कर सकें, किस प्रकार हम एविडेंस बेस्ड रिसर्च ला सकें, किस प्रकार हम अपने कंडक्ट को सही कर सकें और सुधार कर सकें, यही प्रयास रहा है। और मैं जितनी कम कहूँ तारीफ़ की जाए वो मिस्टर रामाचंद्रन की, कि पिछले फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट के रूप में उन्होंने 10 वर्षों में हम लोगों ने जो भी प्रयास किया वो भले ही बहुत पारदर्शी ना हो, भले ही वो बहुत सार्वजनिक ना हो, लेकिन a small step is always the big step. And we have always believed that last mile connectivity होनी चाहिए, और उसी last mile connectivity के अंतर्गत हम लोगों ने collaborations करना शुरू किया. And I'm so happy and I'm grateful to Mr. Vinay Jain, Mr. Ajay Mardia, that they extended their hands to us. And this is the beginning of our collaborations, this is the beginning of our constructive engagement. और जैसा मिस्टर जैन ने कहा कि आने वाले समय में हम कई प्रकार से एक दूसरे की मदद करके, और समाज में जो हमारे लोग हैं, चाहे वो ट्रेड में, इंडस्ट्री में हो या ना हो, लेकिन कॉमन मैन को भी किस प्रकार पुलिस की फंक्शनिंग से बेनिफिट हो सकता है, वो बताने की कोशिश करेंगे. यही हमारा ध्येय है, यही हमारा संकल्प है. So ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome and address all the distinguished gathering here. And the most important topic that we are discussing and our distinguished speakers will be speaking about is on something, we all know that India's digital transformation is accelerating, and it is accelerating at an unprecedented pace. But the fact is that the very platforms that power innovations, that power e-governance, or perhaps that power digital finance and industrial automation, they are also being relentlessly targeted by cyber attacks. And that is the main concern, that we are a country of 1.4 billion people. We have a very decisive leadership. We have a very fastest growing economy. But the fact remains that we have to be concerned about the cyber attacks that's taking place all over the country, and not only in the country, but in the entire globe. So the topic is very relevant, about which the distinguished speakers will be speaking about. But the most important thing is that in most of the developed countries, the digital economy has become the real economy, about which the speakers will be talking about in greater details. And the internet and the ICT, they are permeating societies and economies at a global and local levels. Perhaps they are blurring the difference between what is online and what is not. And that is why the issue is no longer about how to anticipate and prepare the societies for the digitizations. Rather, it is for how to harness the best effects for all sectors of the society. That is the most important thing. And therefore, in a hyper-connected world in which we all live, enterprises, whether they are small or big, they become vulnerable. And they are vulnerable to cyber attacks because the criminals deliver spam, they are trying to cast phishing attacks, they are facilitating click-framed frauds, and they are also launching distributed denial of services attacks with high precision. So, a thriving underground economy always fuels the growth of innovative strategies, and therefore we have to be very, very concerned about it. I'm so happy that JITO has extended its hand, and through the platform of the Indian Police Foundation, we have invited the distinguished speakers here who will be talking about all these relevant topics. And perhaps not only the trade and industry, even a common man like me, or common man of all over the country, they will get benefited out of it, and they will feel that it is something very, very important for all of us. This world is going to be not only a globalized world, but it is a collaborative world. And unless we have the collaborations, and in the field of cyber crime or cyber security, the collaboration is the most important thing. I need not introduce the speakers. The introduction has already been given. The CVs are there for everyone to see. I'm sure this particular session on all three relevant subjects will be highly beneficial, enriching, and they will provide us with a lot of insights through which we'll all get a lot of benefits. I look forward to see a very productive engagement for all of us. And I'm again thankful to Mr. Vinay Jain. I'm thankful to JITO for having given us a very collaborative hand to Indian Police Foundation. And we promise from the platform of the Indian Police Foundation that we'll always be there for you to help each other. And in near future, as Mr. DC Jain has already spelled out, that we'll always be there to come with relevant topics which will be very, very essential for all of us to understand and to know. With these words, I would not like to waste more time. Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you so much for giving us this platform. Thank you.